Hello everyone and welcome to another React video. My name is Draven and I don't know how the hell we got here, but we are doing a Florence and the Machine reaction today. And the reason I say that is when I started this channel about 5 months ago, it was with every intention to do hard rock, heavy metal, new metal, just heavy stuff because that's what I'm into. And let me tell you, the comment section has taken me on a few different journeys, and today we end up on Florence and the Machine. Now, I'm familiar with Florence and the Machine about that much. I know one song, and it's Never Let Me Go. And I'm sure that's the song that anyone who knows any Florence and the Machine, that's probably the one song that they know as well because it was a huge kind of commercial success when it first came out. And I still listen to it to this day. Love it. Beautiful song. But I've never really dove into any other Florence and the Machine. So I am excited to check that out. It's just such a departure from where I thought I was going to be with this channel, but that's fine because this channel is about discovering new music and sharing it with other people. So I'm happy to have you here. And as a hard rock, heavy metal guy, what better song to react to if you're going to do a Florence and the Machine song than one called Everybody Scream? So, with that being said,
Shut up, Draven.
let's go. Oh, did you see her ankle? I'm sorry. We normally pause about a minute in. Her ankle, like, twists at the end. Is it this one? Oh, God. Yeah, that last one. Ladies, I don't know how you do it with the heels. You are magicians. Oh, speaking of. Whew. This is haunting. Okay. I love the shit-eating grin on her face too, like she's controlling all of this. Very cool.
Get on the stage and I call her by her first name. Try to stay away, but I always meet her back at this place. She gives me everything, I feel no pain. I break down, get up, and do it all again. Because it's never enough, and she makes me feel loved. I can come here and scream as loud as I want.
Ooh. Okay. We normally pause about a minute in. This was a minute 35 because it took a little bit to get into the kind of the meat of the song. And so far, fantastic. Just a haunting opening. And then the screen and the visuals of the video are helping 100%. It adds so much atmosphere with the old rundown village. Like, and that's what it made me think of was the movie The Village, where everyone lives in this village in the forest, and it turns out, spoilers by the way, this movie's 20 years old, that they live a certain old school kind of 1600s kind of way. Meanwhile, the rest of the world is in modern times with cars and everything that we would have today. So it was a very, very cool movie, very cool ending that not a lot of people enjoy, but anyway, I digress. This gives me that kind of feeling, especially with the color red being a prominent one in that movie. So the setting is very much in my wheelhouse. I love things like that, and this song has been fantastic so far. Also, that vibrato right at the end before we paused. Woo! Give me more of that. The culty like chant is very cool. And it seems like that's kind of the direction that this video is going in. I saw this earlier. Isn't that like a sign of disrespect for the rider to be going backwards?
Get on stage and I call her by her first name. Try to stay away, but I always meet her back at this place. She gives me everything, I feel no pain. I break down, get up and do it all again. Because it's never enough, and she makes me feel loved. I can come here and scream as loud as I will. Everybody dance! Everybody sing! Everybody move! Everybody scream! Here I don't have to be quiet, here I don't have to be kind, extraordinary and normal all at the same time. But look at me run myself ragged, blood on the stage. But how can I leave you when you're screaming my name?
This is fantastic. I'm so glad I'm watching this. What a great song this is. So I'm trying to pick up on the lyrics, and I'll read them in between this reaction and the final thoughts that'll come at the end of the video. As I always do, I don't like to pre-prep anything. I like to just take it all in as it is the first time around and give you that genuine reaction, and not know that, okay, this block of lyrics is coming up, so I know I'm going to talk about this, this. But from what I'm gathering is maybe she being Florence stepped away from music, and as much as maybe she wants to stay away, she keeps getting pulled back in, because how can you say no to that reaction where everyone is chanting along and screaming your name and, you know, things like that. So I get it. That's very, very normal thing, especially when you're used to that level of fame, and then you want to live a quiet life, but then you get that itch, and it's too quiet. And you see that a lot with performers of any kind. Like, I'm a big professional wrestling fan, and they all say the same thing. When they get off the road and they go home for a couple of months, they kind of hate it, because they're so used to go, 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 go. And then you're surrounded by 20,000 people screaming your name and cheering along, and you get that instant feedback, that instant satisfaction. And then you go home and you just need to be mom or dad for a couple of months. You're just kind of like twiddling your thumbs. You don't quite know what to do. You're out of your routine. So that might be what she's experiencing here and what she's talking about. And also, I can just picture this being performed at a live show. And when she says everybody scream, the crowd just absolutely goes nuts. And then she jumps into that main section. So just a couple of thoughts about what we've seen and heard so far. Let's back up a little bit and keep going.
Here I don't have to be kind, extraordinary and normal all at the same time. But look at me run myself ragged, blood on the stage. But how can I leave you when you're screaming my name? Screaming my name. I will come for you in the evening, ragged and reeling, shaking my gold like a tambourine.
cool call to action kind of lyrics, and I love that. The vibrato is so good. And there she is on stage.
Protect me from evil, the magic and the misery, madness and the mystery. Oh, what has it done to me? Everybody scream.
Okay. Also, we always let the credits roll on the videos, and I was told ahead of time that there's about a minute and a bit of credits, which is fantastic. I wish more artists did this. So what we're going to do is, instead of just staring at a screen for a minute and a half in complete silence, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you my final thoughts on this video and what I thought of it overall in the final thoughts section while this is playing, just so we have something going on in the background. And we'll see you on that side. So let's go talk about it. So that was Everybody's Scream by Florence and the Machine, and let me tell you, that was a fantastic performance, fantastic video, and just the visuals in this video were fantastic. And I did go check out the lyrics like I said I was going to, and I think I pretty much nailed it in the reaction, where it's that feeling of wanting to be away, but how can you say no to that kind of a reaction? Despite all the blood, sweat, and tears that goes into performing, there's nothing like getting that 30 minutes, that hour long of just being God, you know, to your fan base, because they will dance for you, they will scream for you, they will sing for you, and you just feel 10 feet tall at all times. And there's a lyric that mentions something to that effect where you can unfurl to your actual size. I'm paraphrasing, but it's somewhere in there. And that's, like I was saying before, that's the feeling that a lot of performers have, is when they're at home, they just don't feel right. That's not who they are. They are a performer. They love performing. And hopefully you love this reaction. And if you did, feel free to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and head down to the comments and let me know what I need to check out next. And YouTube thinks you're gonna like this one, so go check that out. And as always, we'll see you at the next one.